Welcome to another video, and here we are going to master the process of audio recording. So in this video I'm going to use my guitar straight plugged in into my audio interface, but basically this same principle applies on any kind of audio recording, being it vocals or some other instruments like vocals, acoustic guitars or microphones, whatever it is. So anything that goes on an XLR cable, like vocal microphones, or anything that has a direct input, like electric guitars, bass guitars, or ukulele with electronic piezo acoustic guitar, and so on. So here I have created one audio track. Now, before we want to start this recording process, I'm going to guide you through the exact number of steps that are very important so that you avoid any future frustration. And the first thing is, after obviously creating an audio track, is to set up a proper audio input. So let me create one more track to guide you through the process. When I create an audio track like we did before, make sure when you go here to audio inputs to see what audio input are you plugged in when recording on your audio interface. So I'm using my second input on my Scarlett interface here. So if I go to the picture here, I'm using this one, it's number 2, and I'm selecting the same input right here. Other case, I wouldn't be able to record any audio if I select, let's say, input 1 here. Where is it? Okay, here it is, input 1. And I'm not going to create one new track since I have created it right here. The second thing we do when we create an audio track and select our input is we set up the gain. And this is crucial. Without setting up your gain properly, you're getting basically not a useless recording, but a low quality recording if you don't this right. Now, every audio interface has these kind of gain knobs. I think on some it says trim, but basically the purpose is the same. And you should have a kind of a LED indicator, like here, see? When the signal is kind of a healthy signal, it's green. When it gets clipping, it's red. Now you want to move this knob when you plug in your microphone or your instrument until you have the green signal. When the signal gets red, you need to back it up for at least 10%. So you do this in this way that you say, let's say if you have a singer, if you're recording a singer, or if you're a singer or recording your guitar, you play the loudest part and then set your gain according to that. How do you do that? Let's go back to CUBASE. If I open my channel settings, we should look at this volume level here and gain right here. See, it goes up to 0. And I have my guitar in my hands. Let me play it for you. So the way we set it up is we play the loudest part, as I said, and try to keep it somewhere around -12. Now, why -12? Because it's nothing bad is going to happen if you record at, let's say, -18, or if you record at 6. Now, keeping your peaks, again, the loudest parts around -12 will make sure that you're having a healthy level of signal, but still leaving enough of space for, post-production and for your mixing process, adding plugins. Since if your signal with all of these, let's say, extra plugins end up clipping, that's a bad thing. It will ruin your sound. So a kind of a golden rule is recording around -12, -10, placing your peaks over there. So let me just play now my guitar. My idea is to record a funky rhythm, and I'm having my guitar directly plugged in into my interface. No pedals, no microphones, nothing. Just my guitar cable audio interface. So let's play something. And as you can see, my signal is going a little bit over -12, so I will go back to my gain knob on my audio interface. I'm just going to lower it a little bit. Let's try it again. So it goes somewhere around -12, which is perfect. And I'm going to play it at this level of loudness, so I'll keep it this way. Now, once we have our gain set up, you should make sure that your record enable is on. So if it's not red, it won't record anything. Always make sure that this is on. And the next thing is, if you're recording a microphone and not the guitar like I'm doing right now, You want to make sure that your monitors, your speakers, if you're recording in the same room where your microphone is, that your speakers are muted and that you're using headphones, and then to have this option on here, monitor. When you click this one, you are able to hear what you're playing in your headphones. If you turn it off, you won't be able to hear what you're playing. And again, when you record something, when you want to hear the playback of it, you turn it off. Because if you have monitor on while playing your playback, you won't be able to hear it. Right now, monitor is on, and I'm going to record a track now. So let's do the recording. I'm going to change the tempo here. Let me make it somewhere around 90. I'm going to use the slower tempo here. And okay, let's record. Cool. And we did our audio recording. If we open our signal, we're having a nice signal here. You can also see sometimes, you can see it here. I didn't, if I clicked before recording, I would be able to see what was my loudest part. So it was probably somewhere around -12 to -10. And this is how you do a healthy level of recording. Now remember, if I try to play back this and I have my monitor on, let's see what happens. You can hear nothing, so don't panic here. I've been panicking so many times when I was just starting out. I would play it and I was like, what's wrong with my recording? And then I would see, oh no, my monitor is on. So if you turn it off, let's listen to it. And right there, it's right there. Okay, now another useful thing I would like to share with you when recording. Let's say I add more audio tracks here. Let me add, let's say 3 more tracks. Why not? Let's add it here. Now here's my first guitar track, and let's say that I did recording. I recorded some, piano, 1 more guitar, and then I want to add a voice over it. Now, if you don't have a lot of tracks, a useful trick would be to, let's say you're starting to record your vocal, and then you realize, okay, these other tracks are too loud, and when I try to sing on it, or when a singer tries to record a voice over it, he or she just can't hear themselves loud enough. And what a lot of people would do, they would just grab one of these. Let's say this is my vocal track. I'm just going to name it like this, vocals. And a lot of people would just grab the pot, this level here, and they would just try to add volume to it, just to overcome the loudness of the other tracks to be heard better during monitoring. But that's a bad idea. The better idea would be to link other tracks. Just go back here. So you can just select this one, and then I'm just holding Control, and I'm just clicking, or Command on Mac again, and clicking on these other tracks. Here's my vocal track. And just do the right click here. And you can go and say link selected tracks, channels actually. Now don't worry about these other parameters. I'm just going to, unclick this one here. Just keep the volume one. If I go OK, these get links. It says link 1. And now look what happens. If I grab any of these that is not my vocal track, and I grab it down or up, voila, they all move together. So it's a cool trick when you're recording and you're not doing the overall mixing or setting up levels. You can just grab one of these and lower everything. And then lower everything down so that you can have your vocals stand out for the person who is recording vocals so that they can hear it nicely. Because you want to keep and leave enough of space for your gain on your track later on in the mix. Okay, so this was the entire recording process. So we did how to create a healthy gain, how to set up our tracks, set up inputs, and at the end, how to link tracks for hearing other tracks while recording better. I hope this was helpful, and see you in the next video.